Skilled nursing facilities are one of the most important factors in determining the quality of care you receive. In this case, it is the nursing staff that makes all the difference in the world. It is essential that you take the time to check out what your options are when it comes to finding the best skilled nursing facility for you. There are many factors to consider when looking at different skilled nursing facilities. You want to be sure that you are getting the best care possible and that the facility is well equipped to meet your needs. The following is some information about what to look for when choosing a facility. First, you want to make sure that the facility has a good reputation. If they have been around for a while, they must be doing something right. They should also be accredited by a reputable organization, such as CAHO or the Joint Commission. You will need to ask questions and find out how long they have been around. The next thing to look at is the staff. You need to be sure that the nurses have had extensive training and are properly licensed. They should also be able to speak to you in English. They should also be able to treat you with respect. You should also make sure that they are not overworked. The last thing to look at is the overall environment of the facility. You want to make sure that it is clean and that there are enough rooms for everyone. You should also make sure there are plenty of activities for the residents. This is very important because if you do not feel like you are being taken care of, you will not be happy. When you go into a skilled nursing facility, you should be able to talk to someone who will explain the rules and regulation of the facility. You should also be able to see any medical records or discharge summaries. You should also be able to see a list of the residents that live there and their medical conditions. You will also want to know what type of medication each person takes. If you have any questions about anything, you should be able to get answers from the staff. You should also be able to ask for any special dietary needs. You should be able to ask them if you can bring your own food or if you will have to eat in the cafeteria. It is very important that you are able to get a sense of the overall atmosphere of the facility. You want the place to be relaxing and comfortable. You should be able to walk around and visit with the other residents. You should also be able to talk to the staff and find out what their goals are. You should also be able to speak to the doctor and find out what her goals are. This will give you a good idea of what type of care you will receive. You will also want to find out if there are any religious restrictions. Some people do not like to eat pork or shellfish. If this is the case, you will want to make sure that the staff understands this. You may also want to find out if they will be serving alcohol or cigarettes. You may want to avoid these things if you do not want to consume them. You will want to find out what the costs will be. You should be able to find out the total cost before you commit to the facility. You should also find out what the monthly cost will be. You will want to find out how much each resident will be charged. You should be able to pay this directly to the staff. You should also find out if there are any discounts available. This will save you money. You will also need to find out what the average length of stay will be. You should also find out how long it will take to get released. You will want to make sure that this is acceptable to you. You will also want to find out what happens if you leave the facility early. You will also find out what kind of physical therapy services are offered. You may want to participate in some of the programs. This will help you to improve your mobility. You may also want to participate in some of their recreational activities. You will also be able to find out what the insurance coverage is. You should be able to make sure that the facility is covered under your insurance policy. You will also want to make sure that the insurance company approves of the facility. You should also find out if there is a residence council. This is very important because it gives the residents a voice in what goes on. It also helps them to stay connected to their family. You should also find out who the head of the council is. You will also want to check to see if they have any grievances. This will help you to determine whether the facility is up to par. You will also have to find out what the level of par is like. You will want to make a decision based on this. You will also want to figure out if the facility is accredited. This is important because it shows that they are taking care of the residents. For information on skilled nursing facility secondary claims,